Good afternoon. My name is Jody Moore, and I believe we already know each other. We know each other because you cared enough to be here today. We know each other because you recognize our water connects us to one another. I'm a proud native West Virginian, a member of many active groups, and a supporter of countless others who are deeply committed and working hard to honor and defend our water. But today, I'm just Jody, and I'm here to share why high volume, slick water, hydraulic fracturing, unconventional, horizontal drilling, and what we locals simply call fracking is impacting everyone in West Virginia. Bear in mind that fracking is exempt from many of the provisions of environmental laws that are supposed to protect. The Safe Drinking Water Act, the Clean Water Act, Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act, Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act, also known as the Superfund, which is to be used to clean up toxic areas, the Clean Air Act, and the Resource Conservation and Recovery Act. We call these the Halliburton loophole. Today I bring you news from the areas of West Virginia currently bearing witness to the impacts of Marcellus oil and gas boom and the impacts it's having upon our water. Sadly, the places we love and once called home are just as often and less affectionately now referred to as Frackistan. Our creeks now either run muddy from erosion and sedimentation, or they're being sucked dry from the millions and millions of gallons that this state allows, free of charge, to be used in the fracking process. Let me offer you some brief facts and documented cases that will hopefully demonstrate that our water is indeed worth honoring and protecting, not only for ourselves, but for all those living downstream. And we are all living downstream. Our water connects us to one another. On average, 5 to 10 million gallons of water are needed to frack a single well. Just this past Wednesday evening, I saw a West Virginia approved permit for a driller in Doddridge County, and they acknowledged on their permit, West Virginia signed off, that they will require 57 million gallons to be used for 3 wells.
Outrageous!
That's nearly 20 million gallons of water, some fresh, some recycled, which only makes it more toxic no matter where it ends up. Our water connects us to one another. And where does it end up? In Lock Galley, Fayette County, West Virginia, just down the road. It ends up in a leaking injection well that's been contaminated, and Wolf Creek, a tributary of the New River, has tested positive for chloride, bromide, sodium, manganese, strontium, and barium. All of these compounds are associated with the chemical composition typically found in drilling wastewater in Pennsylvania and West by God, Virginia. Our water connects us to one another. On January 2nd, 2014, there was an explosion of a condensate tank in Tyler County, West Virginia. Samples taken at both this site as well as those taken from the same leaking injection well in Fayette County led to the results recently published on January 14th, just this year, in numerous scientific publications that ammonium and iodide, which are naturally occurring, are now being extracted during the fracking process and are being released as wastewater through treatment facilities that were never designed to deal with these compounds that we are mining deep from the heart of our Mother Earth. When combined with chlorine that's routinely used to treat our water against bacteria, these elements, ammonium and iodide, are known to create, when they're dissolved in water, something called disinfection byproducts. Go home and look it up. One of those byproducts is trihalomethane. I'm not a scientist, but I'm here to tell you that our waters do connect us to one another. On September 23rd, 2014, a drilling operation in the Oxford Road area of Doddridge County drilled into an existing producing well on the same well pad. These well pads can consume several acres. We refer to them as mountaintop removal for Marcellus. Someone zigged when they should have zagged. The result, they drilled into one of their own existing producing Marcellus wells. This rippled through the area. One abandoned gas well was pressurized. One producing well in the area also was emitting Marcellus gas. Initial reports were of 4 water wells being contaminated with methane. Since then, benzene and toluene have also been detected. Water buffaloes, which are large round tanks brought in by the drilling companies to replace the water in homes impacted by fracking, are popping up all over Doddridge, Ritchie, Tyler, and Harrison counties. There are 5 in Harrison County that have been there since April of 2014. Our water connects us all. Then there's what to do with those drill cuttings. Drill cuttings are the dirt and the rock that come from deep, sometimes more than a mile from underground. The drillers know they've hit the shale when they detect the radioactivity. Right now, these drill cuttings are going to at least 6 of our landfills that were designed for municipal household waste. In Wetzel County, where they used to be limited to 9,999 tons and not an ounce more per month, they're now seeing up to 40,000 tons in a single month. Most of it drill cuttings. Wasn't until this year that West Virginia began requiring radiation detectors at landfills. And in May of just last year, a pile of waste deemed too hot for Pennsylvania was sent to a Harrison County landfill. One of the biggest problems is the leachate, the water that percolates down through the landfill and is released into our streams and creeks. Radiation is a complicated issue. It involves gamma, alpha, radon gas, various types. What are the half-lives? But at the end of the day, West Virginia is once again playing catch-up with little incentive to do it right. In Wetzel County alone, in 2013, the landfill operator brought in more than $6.5 million. The state of West Virginia got $2.5 million in fees. Our governor, in the State of the State address, is committed to exploring fracking on our public lands. In the next breath, he says he's committed to improving our state parks and promoting tourism. There are many other impacts being felt by our citizens as a result of the extraction of Marcellus shale. Deadly tank explosions, fatal traffic accidents, spills and leaks continue to threaten our residents. The industry would like us to accept that accidents will happen. The passage of the Energy Policy Act of 2005, which gave birth to the Halliburton loophole, was no accident. Today we are here to honor our water, and in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter.
Yeah.
May we always remember that our water connects us to one another. Thank you.